distraction. I'm coming back in.
Day, another dollar with Juice and Lou.
Man, we back. We are back. And we got a banger for y'all. Yo, what it do? It's your boys, Juice and Lou. We back here with another banger for y'all, man. The playoffs start tomorrow.
Yes.
NFL playoffs, man. Congrats to all the teams that made it. And obviously, you know what we're here to do. We're going to do our predictions. So, this is how we're going to do it. Usually, we would, do our own one together. But now we're going to do our own separate ones. I'm going to make one.
I see where his head is at, man.
And then he going to make one. And then we going to see, y'all tell us whose is more accurate. Y'all tell us who y'all would think, what should be changed. Yada. So, I feel like, I'll just knock mine out real quick.
Go ahead, Juice.
Bro.
When he starts with that.
This is closer than what a lot of people think.
Oh, brother.
The Broncos have the best defense in football.
Second best.
Who's first?
I think the Vikings.
Understandable. But the Broncos, I think, is the only team to get 60 sacks.
Yeah, they did lead the league in sacks this year.
I think a wide margin. Maybe not a wide margin, but a margin. And then you got the potential DPOY cornerback on that side of the field. So, that's why I think it's closer to what a lot of people make it seem. Bo Nix ain't no scrub. The Bills' defense is questionable. So, it could go either way. It could go. It could go.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, just because of experience and who it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, rookie Bo Nix is probably not going to go in to Buffalo and beat Josh Allen. Realistically. Yeah. It'll be a close game. I think it'll be down to the final play.
That's crazy.
I think it'll be down to the final play.
That's crazy in itself.
Josh Allen
is crazy.
Josh Allen and the Bills are going to pull through. And then you got us and the Steelers. The Steelers are on a 4-game losing streak. We just beat them 3 weeks ago. Granted, they didn't have Pickens. We're not going to have Zay. But I just feel like the Steelers are still some question mark. Like, our defense, compared to the first 10 weeks compared to now, completely different. As long as we stay consistent, we'll be fine. We got who I think MVP, Lamar Jackson. We still got Derrick Henry in the backfield. So without Zay, I feel like we should be fine. So I'll give me us. And then this the Texans just too banged up. Man. So give me the Chargers. And that's when we move on to that. So we're gonna move over to this side. This I also believe is closer than what a lot of people think. But basically a first game of the year rematch to start week 1 at least in Brazil, and that was a pretty close. Was it close?
A lot of these games already happened. The only ones that didn't happen was I think Houston Chargers and Bills Broncos.
Yeah.
Everything else happened.
But
yeah, it was in Brazil though. I think Eagles won like 31-28 or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, and Jordan Love got hurt that game, so
the game was over by that time.
I mean, yeah, but basically, we don't know what we gonna get from Jalen Hurts, and because he just got out of concussion protocol, like just. So I wouldn't say like this is really close. But I just don't think Jordan Love is that elite. I just don't think he's that great.
So then how is it going to be really close?
Just because I don't know what I'm going to get out of Hurts.
I
know what I'm going to get.
Quarterback do you think needs to be better in this game, though? Does Hurts really have to be better than Love?
Jordan
Or does
Love has to play better.
Okay.
If Hurts isn't playing better, they still have Saquon.
Exactly. My point.
Yeah, I was leaning Eagles. I was leaning Eagles. This is there's a lot of close games. There's a lot of close games, yo.
It'd be better than the week 1.
Definitely.
Game.
I want to just because give me the this is tough. Give me the Bucks though. Give me the Bucks. And then this game right here, well, then again, I don't know. I'm going to get out of Sam Darnold. That's tough, too. Sam Darnold, that last game of the season, missed a lot of plays. Oh, my gosh. Yo, I ain't going to lie. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams. I think Sam Darnold this is his first time in the playoffs. I don't think he's like this is not regular season no more.
Mm-hmm.
This is not regular season no more. And we saw what Sam Darnold did in the last, like when it was time to lock the division up. We saw what he did. And then you got somebody on the other side who's experienced a Super Bowl champ, a veteran, Matthew Stafford. Still got Kyron Williams over there, Cooper, of course.
Yeah.
Give me LA to pull it off. Give me LA to pull it off. So now moving on to the divisionals. I still think this team is a fraud, the Chiefs. I'm just a hater. But I also think this will be a close game because every Chiefs game this year has been a close game. But it's Patrick Mahomes. Realistically, it's Patrick Mahomes. Like, somehow, some way, they're going to pull it off. So, I have to say the Chiefs, I feel like. Now, this regular season rematch, divisional rematch from 3 years ago. I just feel like it'll be the same thing as the regular season. I'm not going to go in front. They have no answer. They've never had an answer for Derrick Henry, ever.
A blowout, though.
Okay, not a blowout. I just think we win. I think they come back and, But then again, our trash defense only let them put up 10 points. And our defense is better now. Okay. It's going to be tough because we're in Buffalo. We don't know what the weather's going to be around that time. Could be snow because it's always snow around the divisional round in Buffalo. So that could play a factor. So that's why I think it's going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
But Derrick Henry going Derrick Henry, and I think we're going to do just enough to scrape by. And then you got this side, that good old Goff Matthew Stafford reunion again.
Mm-hmm.
Lions is just going to be too much. And then David Montgomery going to be back.
Probably,
yeah. The Lions is going to be too much. And then over on this side, this is a sneaky one because the Bucks booted the Eagles last year.
Oh my gosh. Way different team, but
way different team, yes. Yes. Saquon going to do it, though. Saquon going to do it. So now we in a conference championship. And this, you can't go wrong with either of these Super Bowl possibilities. You can't go wrong with either one. Ravens, Eagles, Ravens, Lions, Chiefs, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions. Like, you can't go wrong with either one. Even though I do not want to see the Chiefs. Ain't nobody outside of Kansas City wants to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. But we're back in Arrowhead. AFC Championship rematch last year.
Week 1 rematch.
Lost by a toe.
Yeah.
I think we finally run the ball like we're supposed to. And I think we beat the brakes off of Kansas City.
The brakes.
Beat the brakes. I think
I
we
guess
beat
you're
the
assuming
brakes.
Zay's healthy by then, right?
Assuming Zay's healthy by then. Yes, assuming Zay's healthy by then. But I've witnessed Lamar do things without receivers all his career.
Okay.
So, I'm jazzing. Not beat the brakes off, but I say a 2-score game. I think we beat them by 2 scores. I say if I had to put a score, give me like 34-20, 34-23, something like that. The Chiefs have yet to score over 30 points in a game this season.
Facts.
That's something you got to. Just something you got to also think about. The Chiefs' offense is not Chiefs offensing. The Chiefs' defense, now that is okay. All right, now we got to pay attention.
How often have they given up 30
Exactly. Now we got to pay. That's what we got to pay attention to. But I think we're going to do just enough to beat them. I think we're just going to do just enough. Same with Buffalo. We're going to do just enough.
Okay.
Now this side, give me Detroit back in the bowl. Detroit back in the bowl. Detroit beats Philly. I just think Detroit is a better football team than them. They're a better coach team than them. By far, actually, a way better coach team than the Eagles. And then maybe at this point in time, Aiden Hutchinson will be back. They said Super Bowl, maybe NFC Championship if they make it. Maybe.
That'd be cute.
It'd be nice. So that brings me to my Super Bowl Ravens Lions. I think this will be one of the greatest classic Super Bowls, if you ask me. Close game.
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans. You know what happened last time Baltimore was in New Orleans?
Gosh. Oh, brother.
Can Jared Goff is you know what happened last time we played the Lions? Beat the brakes off him at home. Now
Last year
without Derrick Henry, I should add. Now, am I saying it's gonna happen again? No, they'll probably be ready for us, but you also gotta prep for Derrick Henry again. And like I said, I feel like in this game is gonna go down to Justin Tucker.
Kicker.
I think it's gonna go down to Justin Tucker, and I think after a very bad season, out of his element, he's gonna perform, and your 2024-25 Super Bowl champions is the Baltimore Ravens, man. I just think it's fitting. I think it's fitting. That's me.
Wow.
That's me.
I can't say I'm not shocked. But man, that's an interesting list, man.
Yep.
No upsets in the first round.
I think the Rams would be considered an upset.
Yeah, technically.
Technically, that would be considered an upset.
Yeah, my fault.
If we're looking at record. And then I was really leaning Broncos, but that's because I'm a Bills hater. But in reality, when you really look at it and think about it, that's a close game. But
your list was pretty good, man.
Jay Lou's turn, man.
You had some teams in there. I think Super Bowl. That's not definitely probably be a fan favorite bowl. Obviously, people don't want to see the Chiefs go 3 times, but I don't know. We'll see. I think let's probably speed through a little bit. This game, you're blasphemy for saying this to be close. I got the Bills winning by 20.
By 20?
20 plus. I think
okay.
20 plus.
Wow.
Yeah. Not a lot of teams in the playoffs are going to come up there in Buffalo and give them trouble. Sean Payton is a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
But he's got a rookie quarterback. I saw Broncos play the Ravens in a regular season game and get smacked. And if you want to say they're on the same tier, so be it. I think the Bills and Ravens are on the same tier.
Yeah.
I think it's a blowout. I think, like I said, they win by 20. Probably 20.
Okay.
14-20.
Oof. Okay.
This game will tell me all I need to know how far the Ravens will go this year.
That's fair.
We'll see tomorrow, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh's offense been lagging. Defense is always good. Baltimore, you lose Zay. Andrews getting healthy again. Likely still there. Bateman, Henry. I think Henry's the key game. I think he rushes for 110 plus this game.
Okay.
I think Ravens win in a close one. I say like 23-17.
Yeah, it's always close with the Steelers. Always.
Yeah, I think Lamar just does enough. Does to make the Ravens makes enough plays.
Okay.
To put y'all over the top this game, but depending how he plays, we'll see how y'all do. But this game's iffy.
Okay.
I think it's close. This game, I've gone back and forth. No, Chargers. Actually, just read this. This will be their 5th game in 17 days. That's quite a turnaround. And I think this is their 4th one on the road in that time.
Yeah.
I heard last week or 2 weeks ago they played Atlanta in Atlanta, and they were actually they weren't favored to win that game. I think they ended up winning, but they weren't favorites. And now they open up as favorites against Texans. I mean, do you want to say that? I think the Texans are better than Atlanta. Granted, they're not in playoffs.
Yeah.
So now they're opening up against probably a better team than Atlanta as favorites on the road.
Texans are hurt though.
They are.
And that offense is
Chargers.
terrible.
Chargers. See this game. The Chargers defense, I think, would have to be lights out. CJ Stroud hasn't looked the best this year compared to last year. Obviously, you brought the weapons being hurt. I've been going really back and forth. I think I think this will probably be the closest game in the wild card. I got Jim pulling it out just barely though. A little bit more experience health wise as well, and Justin Herbert. I think I trust him more right now than CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
I think they win 23-20 though.
Close one.
Very close.
Ooh.
Maybe by a touchdown. Maybe I'll give him a touchdown. 27-20.
Okay.
Packers Eagles. It's a blowout. I'm not gonna lie. It'll be a blowout. Here's why.
Wow.
There's not a position that the Packers are better than the Eagles at. Wideouts, no. Tight ends, no. Offensive line, no. Running back, no. Quarterback, if you want to say that's the closest position you'll get. Corners, no. Well, secondary in general, no. I'd say that's also close to. Linebackers, no. Front seven as a whole, no.
Definitely not. No.
It's the same Eagles defense. I think they're top 5 against the run, and I think they're top 10 against the pass. Big Fangio's been a big reason for that this season. I think they only allow like 17 a game or something.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles win 24-14.
Okay.
I think they shut down Josh Jacobs, force Love to throw the ball. Without Christian Watson, be hard. Relying on Jaden Reed, Devontae Wicks, and Romeo Doubs the whole game, especially without a run game. So I think Eagles blow them out.
Yeah.
At home, obviously.
Okay.
This game, week 1 rematch. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is performing way better since week 1.
Very. Yeah.
I think the Commanders, granted last week was like a weird game because the starters played the first half, then the second half, the bench came in and beat the Cowboys. Baker Mayfield's hot. Mike Evans hot. I'm not really sure about the Bucs defense right now. Very questionable at the moment. You don't have Godwin this time around against the Commanders. And Commanders secondary is not the best, so they have to key in on Mike Evans mostly in this game.
Yeah.
And first game, it was hard to key on Mike Evans and Godwin. With that being said, Got the Commanders winning. I think that's. I think they win barely though.
Wow.
I think Daniels is on a roll.
Okay.
I think the defense is going to do just enough to control the game. I think it'll be a statement win for the Commanders this year. Granted, no, he's just a rookie, so that could pop up, if they don't win.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think it'll be a close game. I just see the Commanders edging it out barely as an upset against the Bucks.
Yeah.
This game, I'm siding with the Rams. I've been Rams. I've been siding with them for a while, man. I just like their offense, man. I think it's easily like one of the top 3 offensive units that I've seen, I guess, this season. I mean, Stafford, Cup, Kyron, Puka. Sean McVay is a master at offense. Granted, Vikings lost to them actually in the regular season 30-20. I think in Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. I think it'll be a different game. You'll be playing in Arizona due to the wildfires in Cali. Granted, the Rams really never had like a fan base like that. No offense out there, but I see the Rams offense as being a little too much to handle for the Vikings scoring wise, and I don't know if I really believe in Sam Darnold over Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
But the Vikings do win, it'll be all defense.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But these are my divisional. Moving on. Until it's done, I got the Chiefs. They won, I think, 2 close games against the Chargers this season. I still think, though, like I said, until he gets beaten, it'll be tough for the Chiefs to lose with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback in general.
Yep.
Especially with a solid, way better defense than he had in the past few years. But I can see a side where the Chargers come in and beat the Chiefs too. But it would take a lot, and I just don't think the Chargers would have the rest.
It would have to take Andy Reid being outcoached. Literally.
Yeah, that would be a coaching battle right there.
Yeah.
But I got the Chiefs edging on, like I said. Baltimore, Buffalo, man. This game is what everybody wants. To be 2 top dogs in MVP. The 2 guys going back and forth all season. Week 4, I think y'all played. It was, 35-10.
Yep.
The Bills, since then, have improved drastically in my eyes.
Ravens have too.
Yeah, they have. I say though, y'all offense has gotten better and defense, obviously.
Yeah.
I say for the Bills though, more so their offense started clicking.
Yeah.
After that game, a little bit more. This is tough. This is a tough game, but
ball knower.
I think Baltimore. I think this is Lamar's game. I think this has to be the game. He shows everybody that I'm really like that.
Yeah. Why I'm MVP. Yeah, especially if actually we won't know till after the season. But still.
I just think that would be a great matchup.
Yeah.
Probably maybe game of the year, at least in these playoffs. Moving on, NFC. The Lions steamrolling Washington. They move on.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, Bucks Lions could be a better matchup, but I don't know. I think there's bound to be one big upset these playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Granted, I mean Vikings Rams. I feel like a lot of people think that could go either way too. But then I got the Rams losing to Eagles.
Yeah.
I think that's a blowout too.
Yeah.
At the Eagles 8-1 at home. LA coming into the cold.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think the Eagles defense will just be able to get after Stafford a lot more and shut down Kyron. Granted, I still think Puka and Cooper Kupp and them could definitely make some plays, keep it close, but I think the Eagles will eventually pull away. They're just probably the most talented team in the playoffs, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with the same four that you have, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll start in the NFC again.
Okay.
I think Hurts shows why he's a top 5 quarterback this game. I think the Eagles. I think this is when Detroit's lack of defense catches up to them.
Wow.
I think Saquon has a great game. I think Hurts shows what he did against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl not too long ago.
Wow.
I think the Eagles move on and they go to New Orleans to play for a championship. Like I said, I think they have the best roster on paper. Defense is clicking. It really just comes down to Hurts. I think Hurts makes all the right plays in this game. I think they win 31-28.
Wow.
I think that's a good game.
Wow.
Defense will cost the Lions eventually. Moving on to AFC. Lamar's kryptonite. Going into Arrowhead. Against the Chiefs team. Probably the best defense he'll see this playoffs. I don't even want to say Steelers too.
Yeah.
One of them.
Probably the Chiefs. Yeah.
What is he, 1-5 against Mahomes in his career?
1-5. 1-5, yeah. That's tough.
Oh man, this would be a game too. This would be a game. Everything's on the line. Stars shine bright in the big stages. Battle of the coaches again. Andy versus Harbaugh. Another Harbaugh this time. Man, this would be a stun. It'd be a stunner of a game. I think the Ravens win. I think they conquer the demons in this game. I think Derrick Henry and company. I think the offense clicks by this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think they jump on Kansas City early, and I think they don't. I don't think Kansas City will have enough firepower to come back against this Roquan Smith-led defense, and Marlon being all-pro corner.
Kyle Hamilton's
all-pro as well.
Yep.
I think the Ravens click. I think they go back to New Orleans in 2012, like they did.
And
Battle of the Birds in the Super Bowl in my end.
Regular season rematch after Justin Tucker missed 2 field goals and a PAT against this team.
It would be a great game. We have a quarterback who's been there. A quarterback who hasn't. Like you said, played in the regular season. Different setting, different stakes now. Both defenses would be rocking by then.
Mm-hmm.
But I think offense would rule in this one. And I think the Eagles win 31-21
Oh my
in New
gosh,
Orleans.
bro.
I think, like I said from the start, I think they have the best up to down roster that I've seen in a while, probably. Granted, coaching plays a fact. You know, um, Nick Sirianni hasn't been the best coach all year. So we'll see.
So you're saying the players is going to take them to win a Super Bowl?
I think Vic Fangio's defense. I think they shut down the Packers, like I said, shut down the Rams, and they contained the Lions enough on the road in Detroit, playing against y'all a rematch after y'all just beat Kansas City. I think y'all would be still on a high note from that game.
So wouldn't we come in with momentum from Kansas City?
That would be on a high note, like a high, but like I think once it's settled, the game starts. I feel like the Eagles would make more plays than y'all would down the stretch, due to, granted, Saquon's is more. You can do more with him in offense setting than Derrick Henry. Obviously, Derrick Henry, you can run down the throat, but y'all didn't do that when they played. Well, I think y'all did actually. I think he actually did have a pretty solid game. Granted, like you said, Tucker missed 2 field goals. How do we know he won't do that in the big stage?
It's 2 field goals and a PAT. Once he missed the PAT, I knew he was gonna lose. like, nah.
I think it's a good game though. You know?
That would be a good game. That would be a good game.
I just, like I said, I feel like the talent, by then, I mean, what you're dealing with, you'll have a banged up Zay. I guess they'll have like maybe a banged up Hurts maybe. This run really comes down to Jalen Hurts for them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think they have the best roster on paper. The only question is the quarterback, and I feel like this year he'll make enough plays to win them games. And like I said, I just feel like that defense is crazy right now. I mean, you got Jalen Carter playing out his mind. He could be top 5 in DPOY. Honestly, you have drafted 2 young corners in Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, who's balling.
Yeah.
You got linebackers. I forgot his name. I think was it Vaughn? Who's in the?
Yeah, I think like Zach Bond.
Yeah, I think he's an all-pro selection.
Mm-hmm.
I think their line just dominates your line again. I think it comes down to the line, like I said. Granted, I will say that I think Lamar plays great in this game. I think he does enough, but I think eventually the Eagles will make enough stops to win. Super Bowl, what is it, 56, 55? Oh, man.
I don't see Jalen Hurts playing good against our defense, bro. If this happened, I don't see it. I just don't. He didn't even have a good game against us in the regular season. That was Saquon, because he finally broke off for a long touchdown run. We really had Saquon in the box until he broke off for a couple plays. So, I don't know. It's
like
tough.
I said, though, it could go either way.
That could go. This could definitely go either
like
way.
I said, I think it comes down to the quarterback position, how Lamar reads Vic Fangio's defense this time around, and the third would be talent. And I just think by this point you would have already beaten, or I think shut down the Packers, Rams, and the Lions. I mean, I think Lions and the Ravens are like 2 different style offenses, but I'd say still explosive.
See, here's another thing. I feel like we would beat them because of our road. We have a harder road than them. So
True.
we would have to. We already are on a. We're on a pedestal. Based off like we know how to play because we played 3 hard teams just now. We played a divisional rival, then we played the Bills, then we played the Chiefs. They're playing the Packers, who we don't know if they legit or not. People are trying to say the Packers are legit, but we really don't know, and they banged up. Then they're gonna go and play the Rams,
Vikings.
who Saquon had basically 200 yards of scrimmage. I think not even scrimmage, 200 yards on the ground.
He had like
almost 200 on the ground
like
on them.
270 scrimmage yards or something.
Like he had almost 300 total scrimmage yards on them. Nobody's losing sleep over them. Their toughest matchup would be the Lions.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I feel like Nick Sirianni would not prepare them against the Ravens well because of their road. Because they think, oh yeah, we good, we made it here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
here's my thing though. Coming into these playoffs right now, Lamar has 6 touchdowns, 6 picks. I think 9 total turnovers or whatever, and 9 total touchdowns.
coming into this
game tomorrow. In the playoffs, these are just playoff numbers. I think.
Playoff number, playoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Derrick Henry. Granted, I think Lamar plays good enough to win tomorrow.
Okay.
I think Derrick Henry steals the show tomorrow. I think Derrick Henry steals the show against Buffalo. Okay. On top of Lamar, actually, I think Lamar probably gets 3 total touchdowns against Buffalo if y'all match up. Kansas City would be the game.
All eyes on.
Would be all eyes on Lamar.
Yeah.
And obviously, y'all offensive coordinator not messing up plays this time around and actually running the ball.
Right.
So those 2 things will play a factor. And by that point, in terms of talent, I don't think the Bills or the Steelers or the Chiefs roster matches with the Eagles roster.
But as far as coaching and players,
I think
they're way better.
In a playoff setting, your toughest matchup would be the Chiefs, obviously.
If we're talking about the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, Nick Sirianni, Mike Tomlin every time. Right?
Oh, my gosh.
Going against the Bills, Josh Allen hurts. Josh Allen every time. Chiefs, I don't have to say anything. Both quarterback and coaching better than Eagles. That's why the Chiefs beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
That's not why they beat them. They beat them off that holding call. That shouldn't have been a holding on Bradbury.
Fair. But that's another thing. Referees. So
if that's the case, y'all wouldn't beat the Chiefs if it was down to referees.
I mean, nah. Like you said, I feel like we just jump at the Chiefs early, like to the point.
I do think y'all will.
Now we are the leading team in penalties.
Sounds about right.
We lead the league in penalties, so that will hurt us to a degree in a lot of these games, I'm sure. But especially that Chiefs one. But like you said, I feel like we just jump early and to the point where it doesn't even matter. So yeah, let's hope that's the case.
All right, y'all.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Hey man, let's go on wrap this video up. Y'all let us know whose list was more valid. Let us know who your Super Bowl predictions are and winner is. Got some VMP. Wow, we got some MVP talks coming right up for y'all, man. But until then, it's your boys Juice and Lou, and we out of here. Peace.